Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to talk about one of my favorite things, tanning. So, there's so many different ways to tan. There's so many different products, there's so many different tips and tricks. I'm sure you've heard plenty out there. Well, I'm here to tell you my tips and tricks and my do's and don'ts that I've learned over the years because I've been self-tanning for a very, very long time. So, let's just get started. I'm going to start off by telling you that I definitely do have a membership at Zoom Tan for $9.95 a month, I believe, for just the UV. That's 6 minutes a day, every single day, and that's a $9.95 monthly fee that I pay. On top of that, they also do deal days, which is free spray tans or deals on a spray tan or whatever the case may be. They text it to your phone. And I think those are awesome because they happen about every week, every 2 weeks, here or there, give or take, and you can get a spray tan, which is awesome. Because spray tans can be pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I got the spray tan I got 4 days ago without my discount, I would have paid $25 for it. But besides for that, before any of that, before you get any kind of spray tan, I always suggest exfoliating. And I use this exfoliator. This is the Limelight Bamboo Renew Exfoliator. It has tiny, tiny little particles, like salt or rock, whatever you want to call the exfoliating particles. They're really, really small and fine, so I think it does a really good job of doing it all over exfoliate, like from head to toe. I do this all over my body. Really focusing on the roughness of my hands, my elbows, my knees, my ankles, those kind of rough, kind of like more wrinkly areas where you don't want your tan to settle. So after you've showered, you've exfoliated, and let's say you've gone to Zoom Tan, okay? Sometimes I'll double dip, which means I UV and then I spray. For UV, I normally use a Designer Skin brand lotion or a JWoww lotion, which are very, very good lotions. I would suggest them to anyone. But they don't have silicone in them, and that's the important part. You don't want to have a lotion with silicone if you're double dipping. So what I'll do is I'll walk in, I say, both please. They put me on the UV list, they normally get me right in. But on deal days, there's normally at least a half-hour wait for the spray tan. So what I'll do is I'll go in, they get me right into a UV booth, I'll tan, whatever. I just killed 10 minutes tanning in the UV. So now I only have maybe 15-20 minutes to wait for a spray, sometimes less if I'm lucky, depends on the time of the day, right? So I'll get the spray tan, and before I even get in, the first thing I make sure of is that I have chapstick on. Chapstick is so important when you're getting a spray tan. Because the machine just sprays you, literally just sprays you from head to toe. It just keeps going, and like you're doing your positions, right? You don't want your lips to be the same color as your skin. Like, that's just a dead giveaway that it's not a natural skin color. So definitely put your chapstick on. You gotta put your shower cap on, you do your spray, whatever. It takes about 5 minutes. I prefer the Versa. There's 2 different beds that you can choose from. The Versa is the newer spray. I like the way it comes out. I like the machine better. It's just what I prefer. Right now I have on level 2 bronze. There's 3 different levels. There's 1, 2, and 3, and then you can have clear or bronze. Clear just means that it sprays you, but you don't see instant gratification. It takes about 4 hours to develop. And then if you get bronze, which is what I get, you immediately see color on your skin, and it still continues to develop over the 4 hours and get darker. What's nice about their spray tans is if you got to a certain darkness, you just hop in the shower and it stops developing. Now, if you're like me, you'll leave the developer on overnight. Like, I'll just keep my spray tan on all day, all night, and the next day I wash it off because I want to get the full, complete darkness out of it. But besides for that, if you don't want to pay for a spray membership or you don't want to wait for the deal days, there's other things you can do. And believe me, I've tried a lot of products. Here's a couple that you can buy just like at Walmart or off the shelf. These are L'Oreal Sublime Glow. This is a gel and this is a lotion. I've noticed that this definitely, like the gel more than the lotion, turns you orange. You don't want orange. You actually want more of like a green pigmented tan, if that makes sense. It looks a lot more natural in the end. And when I post like my before and afters using my other products, you'll understand why I say green. But yeah, this is the stuff you could buy over the counter. This is good for like if you already have a tan, it's summertime, you want like a little bit glowy or a little more color, then I would grab one of these when you already have a strong base. But if you aren't tanning, you aren't, you know, laying in the beds, it's not summer, what are you gonna do, you know? Like, you gotta do something. And if you don't like the UV, some people are totally against it, like, that's fine, all well and good, but me personally, I need the vitamin D. It puts me in a better mood. The vitamin D makes me feel better as a person, just all around. I'd probably go 2, 3, maybe even 4 times a week, depending on the season. In the winter, obviously, I go more. In the summer, I go less. Like, it's pretty obvious. Now, I'm going to tell you my secret weapon. This right here is my secret weapon. Bondi Sands. This is not an ad. They're not paying me. I wish they would pay me. But seriously, this is the best stuff ever. There's other brands out there like Loving Tan and a few other ones that I know of that are similar. They also have foams and sprays and stuff, but this stuff is amazing. This is originated in Australia. It's called Bondi Sands, the Australian Tan. I have the shade Ultra Dark. You can also get it in light medium for $24, dark for $24, and then this one's $29. That's a little more extra. This is a foam. They also have lotions and mists. I believe the lotions are $24 as well, and the mists are about the same price. I like the foam personally. I think it's easier to spread. I like the formula, the texture of it, all that. So you shake it up. See, you kind of heard it like stop shaking, if that makes sense. Like you stopped hearing the formula because it gets foamy. And then this is a must-have if you're getting Bondi Sands. You have to buy their mitt. This is $6. They also have a back applicator for $9. I didn't buy it. I just make myself reach, stretch, whatever. But yeah, this is the thing. Just a little pouch. You put your hand inside. Here we are. Little mitt. You exfoliate. You get your mitt on, right? I suggest doing it in front of a mirror. It's a lot easier to tell if you're blending things in properly and if you have streak marks and all that. So you get your mitt on, you're in front of the mirror, and you got this, you got it shaken up, you open the top, and foam spray. I do probably 2 pumps, 3 pumps for my leg, adding a little as needed, and then probably less for all the other areas. Like my chest is 1 pump, my stomach is 1 pump. The foam goes a long way, it really does. Alright, so now that you have it on your mitt, you're going to put it on your body in circular motion. So I guess this way would be. So you're applying in circular motions. Hey! When you're bronzing at home with your mitt, make sure you do not forget your ears and that you blend your face very well, because that's the first thing you're going to see. And girl, you do not want to have pale ears with a tan body. It just looks weird. You're in front of the mirror, right? You get everything head to toe. You're good. Now what do you do with your hands and your feet? Because your hands have been in the mitt, right? And like your feet also have knuckles, so like what are you going to do? So what you do is you put the foam on the mitt, just do a little bit, and do the tops of your hands like this. Just the tops. Applying the product as evenly as you can, right? And then you're going to want to do the same thing with the other hand. And then pull out a moisturizer, some sort of lotion, preferably not with a perfume, something very basic, simple. I use this cocoa butter from Walmart. It was literally 89 cents. But I put this on my hands. Whoa, drop the Bondi Sands. So I put this on my hands after I apply the foam, and I really just work it into my wrists, especially my knuckles, around my cuticles, and then I also do my feet. And I focus on what's up.
I was just wondering what you were doing.
Now I forgot where I was.
Sorry. Tina, come stay down here, bud. Stay down here.
Where was I? Sam?
Not my fault. Sorry.
Your feet. Hi, buddy. Hello. Welcome to the video. You wanna look? So you get to your feet, You want to make sure you focus on in between your toes, the knuckles on your toes, and the backs of your ankles where it's like rough and wrinkled. I don't really know what that part of the foot's called. So yeah, after you get the lotion on, I'm going to leave the Bondi Sands on for about 5 hours as opposed to Zoom Tan, which is about 4. Again, with the Bondi Sands, I leave it on way longer than recommended. Normally I sleep in it and wake up the next day and rinse it off. I like to let my tan develop more than it has to, which sounds ridiculous, but you can't be too tan, like, especially not with this stuff. Believe me, this stuff is amazing. So this is my Bondi Sands go-to when I don't go to Zoom Tan. I highly, highly recommend it. They also sell an eraser. So let's say your spray tan or your Bondi Sands tan is looking very splotchy and patchy and you're not happy with it, or you're ready to reapply again, please stop whining. You can buy the Bondi Sands eraser, and it comes kind of like a lotiony foam, just like this stuff does, for $24, which is awesome because I've never seen an eraser for fake tanner. Like, you'd normally just have to wait it out, hope for the best, right? Not with this stuff. Either the Zoom Tan or the Bondi Sands spray tan will start to fade. I will bring out my Limelight bronzer. This is just, put it on and it washes off at the end of the day kind of thing, but it really just equals out my skin tone. It like helps with the patchiness look towards the end of the last couple days of the spray. So yeah, Liquid Sunshine is my go-to for that. It also, I mix it with my foundation sometimes, like if my spray is darker than my foundation because it's, like I said, I get the bronze, I'll put this on top of it, on top of my foundation, and it will help me match my neck to my face. Just a quick recap. Always exfoliate no matter what you're doing, no matter what kind of spray you're getting at home or at a salon. Always, 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 after getting a spray tan, wipe your lips. Also, 10 to 5 minutes after applying a spray tan on your hands and on your feet, always grab a lotion, preferably without a perfume, and rub your knuckles, your cuticles, all that stuff, your wrists, the back of your ankles, all of that, to get an even blended tan, because the last thing you need is to have dark knuckles and tan fingers and you look like you have dirty hands for 4 days straight. No one wants that. And the last thing was, avoid drugstore tanners. They will turn you orange. They will not give you the dark natural looking tan that you want. You can use these, but we're all gonna know that it's not real. Now, let's talk about aftercare. Now you have your spray tan, it's the next day, you're ready to rinse off, you know, the bronze residue, whatever. Get in the shower. Do not, I repeat, do not use a loofah. Do not use a washcloth. Don't use anything to scrub at the surface of your skin. First thing you do is step in the water, make sure it's nice warm water, whatever. Get under there and just rinse. From head to toe, front and back, just let it rinse. From there, take a gentle cleanser. Hopefully you have some sort of body wash that isn't like Bath and Body Works or some crazy fragrance chemicals. I use Dove, all natural, whatever. I don't even know what the scent is, but you take that on your hand, not on a loofah, nothing abrasive. Put it on your hand and just, you know, rub your body head to toe and rinse. When you're done and you shut the shower off, do not take your towel and swipe it. That's like the worst thing you can do. You might as well just be ripping your spray tan off. Dab like this. And I know that sounds like a pain in the butt, but just drape the towel over your arm and just pat yourself like this. Pat yourself dry, top and bottom, like especially your chest, where you're gonna, like, people are gonna be seeing this when you approach them. Like, dab here, all over. This is gonna preserve your tan because you're not ripping off literally the layer of skin that has the bronze in it. So you gotta make sure of that. And like I said, Limelight is my savior. Liquid Sunshine helps for those patchy days when your tan is just not looking right anymore. You're 4 or 5 days in, it's starting to look patchy, it's coming off. Right here. This is my go-to because it evens everything out and it gives me a nice glow, but it still like matches my tan with my skin that's starting to show. That makes sense. But I mix it with my foundation when I first get this spray because my skin, my chest, and my neck don't match my face anymore because my foundation is too fair. So I'll mix this in, and it helps blend my neck into the rest of my face. So yeah, this is a lifesaver for sure. If you have any other questions or want me to make any other videos, please let me know. Comment, subscribe down below, and I'm gonna get going. Have a good one and stay tan.